Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maggie Castraba. Here's a look now at the top stories we're following today. Consumers Energy says crews are already preparing for Monday's expected windstorm. The utility tells TV5 that teams will be positioned across mid-Michigan to respond quickly if outages happen. Now, drivers are asked to slow down and give crews plenty of space when passing work zones. Consumers also reminds customers to stay at least 25 feet away from down power lines and report them immediately. And if you are using a generator, never run it indoors or near vents, as carbon monoxide can quickly become deadly. After years of waiting, checks from the Flint water settlement are now being mailed out. The settlement website showcases more than 2,800 payments have already been issued. People and businesses who filed claims on time and were approved are eligible for payment. Award notices are being sent out on a rolling basis, with about 7,000 residential property damage claims included in the first round. If you believe you should have received a notice but have not just yet, you are urged to contact your attorney or call the Flint Water Settlement Hotline. The number right there is on your screens. Neighbors and friends are coming together to help pack food boxes for students in need. Boxes on Break is hosting an event to help pack and deliver their food boxes for students who struggle with food insecurity this holiday break. And according to organizers, there is something for everyone to do, and all ages are welcome. The event is slated for 10 over at the SVR Ballroom. You can sign up in the hot link section of our website, WNEM.com. All right, now here's Stone with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we have issued a first alert weather day for Monday, but we got to get through a rainy day today. We start off, though, looking at a few of those details for our first alert weather day. It's going to start late tonight, beyond 10 or 11 p.m. That's where we see a cold front move through the state, and that creates this conditions to see strong winds and snow squalls as we get through our Monday. I think the strong winds right now continue to be one of the bigger concerns. It's going to be consistent wind gusts at 40 to 50 miles per hour, with gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour possible. That's why we have that power outages will be a possibility. There's also the possibility of a flash freeze. Now, I do want to quickly highlight that may be shrinking just a little bit as the window of dry conditions and strong winds actually grows just a little bit tonight. But if you do get icy conditions, please be careful as you hit the roads. We also have the possibility of reduced visibilities as you hit the roads tomorrow, as we have those strong winds and snow squalls. Today, though, our winds will stay calm, at most up to 20 miles per hour as we get through about 5 p.m. It's tonight when that cold front rolls in that we start to see our winds pick up. This is 11 p.m., seeing winds already up to 40 miles per hour to the south as we're getting through 6 a.m. most areas from 20 to 50 miles per hour. Port Hope at 55. Then as we get into midday, this is where we see our peak wind gust at 40 to 50 with that occasional 50 to 60. So this is why we have those concerns for power outages as we just have a long day of strong wind as we get through Monday. And we also have blowing snow. We could also have some drifting snow. But like I mentioned, we have to get through a rainy day today. Here's your hour by hour. Sunday, 2 p.m., widespread rain, consistent and heavy at times, especially down to the south. You also could hear a few rumbles of thunder with this rain as we get through our afternoon. We've already had some reports of thunder this morning, so it sort of tells you how the atmosphere is acting today. Now, as we get through the afternoon, rain continues to fall. It's going to be right around 9 to 10 p.m. We enter that dry slot of the low pressure system, and we actually stay dry for most of tonight. It's going to be into tomorrow morning that we see that transition into snow on the backside of that low, and this snow could be heavy at times, but it's not the largest amount of snow, but it's enough that we have those concerns for blowing snow. Now, again, that rain is going to be up to about a half an inch to a quarter of an inch to maybe an inch for much of mid-Michigan. It's areas down to the south that you could start to see an inch, maybe up to 2. There's been a trend upward on almost every model update over the last 24 hours. And in terms of snow, most of mid-Michigan will only get about an inch. So again, not the most, but it's enough to see that blowing snow be a concern for tomorrow. We also have areas like Bad Axe, Sandusky, Port Hope at 2 to 4 inches. There'll be areas down the south that could get to that range, and there will also be areas to the north as we get through our Monday that could get 2 to 6 inches. So definitely some concerns with that blowing and drifting snow as we have those strong winds. Your first alert 7-day forecast, well, that shows by Tuesday we'll actually have another system move in. It's a little bit lighter, but brings us more snow, drops us to the 20s. We'll stay in the 20s for Wednesday. We'll have teens on Thursday before we return to mostly cloudy skies and 20s by next weekend.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.